Okay, what we got here is we got a chip. It appears that it was done by a sheetrock screw. I'm on a job site and I'm going to demonstrate the proper method for using the Gelcoat paste repair kit from Gelcoat products. It's a 4-step process, and I'm going to be turning the camera off a couple of times because it could take up to about an hour and a half depending on how long it takes for the product to cure. And given that right now it's about 55 degrees, that's going to degrade the curing process. Ideally, it should be around 75 degrees Fahrenheit. So, well, I'm going to go ahead and get started here. The first thing you need to do is clean the area using the alcohol swab. Let me get that, and then go ahead and sand it to open up the area and get rid of any high edges. What you want to do is be able to blend this repair material in, and the closer the edge is to being smooth, the easier it will be for the product to properly cure and give you a better adhesion. So once you're done sanding, go ahead and wipe it again and let it go ahead and dry off. The next step is to take the material out of the bottle using the little popsicle stick. Take a good hunk of the material, about so big. I mean, you've got plenty of left over. Cover it back up. Then using the provided catalyst, you need to open it up. And add probably about 6 to 8 drops. And mix it thoroughly. Now, given that this is on an edge, I'm not going to take off the perimeter of the repair, because generally you want to make sure that when you put this on the area to be repaired, that it's higher than the actual tub or the surface, because this stuff inherently will shrink as it cures. So this is a rounded corner here, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to stack it up on the surface there. Now, as said, given how cool it is today, it could take upwards of an hour, maybe 2 hours even, for it to properly cure. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn it off, and once this is cured, then we'll go back and start sanding it. Okay, we're back, and the product is cured, and I'm going to take the sandpaper and start sanding it down. Now, the sandpaper works pretty good. You don't have to. There's a natural tendency to want to bear down on it, but as you can see, it cuts that stuff pretty good, and you don't have to bear down on it. Take your time. What you don't want to do is pull out of the damaged area that you just fixed, or else you end up starting all over again and have to do the same process. So, like I said, it takes a little bit of time, and you gotta have patience, because like I said, it's gonna take time for this to cure. Now, fortunately, I had other jobs on the job site that I could go out and do while I waited for this one to cure, and I just came back and now we're gonna do this repair like this. But as you can see, it's starting to come down, and you'll never know for sure if the color is going to match until you've actually got the repair completely finished, because until it shines back up and you've had a chance to work it in, you know, it may look like it's not going to match, but most of the time it comes very, very close. There's no guarantee. These tub companies have a tendency about every 6 months to get a new load of gel coat in, and when they do, that gel coat may not be exactly the same color as the previous lot that they had, and consequently when it gets out there, it's a different color, or just a very subtle difference in tint, and you may have to turn around and live with what you got or call in a professional. But for the most part, it worked exceptionally good. I mean, as you can see, it's starting to work its way out, and what I'm going to do is, once I get this sanded down, I'm going to go ahead and turn the camera off. And once I get it worked out, I'll come back and I'll show you how to polish it. Now, what I neglected to say before was the first sandpaper that you got to use is that 400 grit sandpaper. Then what you do is you go down to the 300 grit, or excuse me, the 600 grit. And this is to get the fine scratches out, so that once the repair is finished, that you can bring it up to a high shine. Now, I added water because it helps minimize the cutting of the gel coat, and it actually helps bring out the fine scratches from the sanding process. So by using the 600 with some water, and you don't have to use a spray bottle like this. You can use anything you want. I mean, it could be a little bucket with some water in it just for simplicity's sake. I mean, but you can add a little water to it, and it works out pretty good. A little high spot right there. Down. As you can see, it's starting to come up. Put a few pits there. Okay, let me finish this sanding and I'll get back to you and we'll... Okay, we're back now, and what we've got is we're going to go ahead and sand this, or polish this, I should say. As you can see, I don't know if you can or not, but it's already starting to shine. The thin, that 600 grit sandpaper actually will cause this to shine up almost to a good shine, but you do need to take this flitz polish, and I'm just using a regular washcloth. You just take it and lightly rub it back and forth across the repair, and eventually it will bring it up to a good shine. If it doesn't, you can always go and get yourself, or you're not satisfied, and get some car polish and use it, or a little rubbing compound. But this here is doing a good job. I'm looking at it, and I mean, it's kind of hard because, like I said, we're in a construction site, and I can see, looking down on it, I can see the shine is coming back, and I'm sure that you should be able to see it there. Now, the object, I've been doing these repairs for a long time, and I used to work for a tub company, and the object of any good repair is that someone who doesn't know that it's been fixed doesn't see it. And this is kind of standard in the industry to do ahead and do these kinds of repairs. And construction damage causes this, and there's not much you can do about it. So, as you can see, a little kit from GCP, Gelcoat products, worked pretty pretty doggone good. I mean, there's a shine there, and you can't even see where that repair is. Now, unfortunately, you're never going to be, like I said, guaranteed that you're going to have a perfect match, but this one here came out pretty doggone close, and anyone who didn't know that it had been fixed couldn't just walk in and say, "Oh, look at that." So I think this stuff works extremely well. So, all right, and that concludes this demonstration. All right.